We're in a fairly typical South Norfolk village here, a working village, not particularly touristy. But because of something that happened here a century ago, its name became known around the world. This is Burston. Behind me is Burston Village School, and in the early years of the 20th century, the headmistress and senior teacher here were Kitty and Tom Higden. The Higdens were Christian socialists, and they were popular with the local farm workers, whose cause they often took up. In 1913, Tom Higden was elected to the parish council, and he took the place of the vicar of Burston, the Reverend Eland, who was very much a patriarchal figure of the old school. Crucially, although the Reverend Eland had lost his place on the parish council, he was still chair of the school board, and he moved quickly to get his revenge. The Higsons were brought before the board on trumped-up charges of gross discourtesy, and they were sacked. The Higdens set up a new school here on the village green, and magnificently the farm workers' families took their children out of the village school and brought them here to be taught by the Higdens. Under normal circumstances, the Higdens school would not have survived. The striking families were almost entirely farm workers, and the Reverend Eland moved to have them ejected from their tied cottages. However, this was against the background of the First World War, and the farmers were reluctant to evict anybody because of the shortage of labour caused by the law, and so the school prospered. The first winter, the Higden school moved into a carpenter's workshop, but plans were afoot for something more permanent. Money was being raised by trade union organisations all over the world, and in 1917 they opened the Burston Strike School. An inscription beside the door of the strike school tells us that the Higdens were unjustly dismissed from the council school of this village, and goes on to say that this building was erected by subscription to protest against the action of the education authorities, to provide a free school to be a centre of rural democracy, and a memorial of the villagers' fight for freedom. In the years after the First World War, the strike school and the village school settled down into a working relationship. The Reverend Eland retired, and his successor worked with both schools, teaching religious instruction. In 1939, Tom Higden died, Kitty retired, and the strike school closed, and today they lie together at rest in Burston churchyard. The strike by the working families of Burston, who'd taken their children out of the village school to be with the Higdens, lasted 25 years. Every year it's remembered here in Burston by a trade union rally on the village green outside of the strike school.